Hey everyone, it's Allie and Zach Fiegel with Realty Executives Cooper Spransey.
Welcome back to our video series, Reality from A to Z, where we give you the inside scoop on our lives and the reality that comes with it.
And today, we look like we're on the news because we have our fancy new iPads.
We do have our fancy new iPads.
It's kind of like when I was younger, like when I would go shopping and get new shoes, I would like wear them to bed that night because I was
really?
so excited. I feel like that's where because Zach just got a new iPad, so he gave me his old one.
Happy birthday.
So they're both new iPads to us.
Yep, so we're just gonna sit and we're gonna have them in front of us like we're newscasters.
There's nothing on here.
That's what they should. I'll frequently be referencing this black screen. All right, so today's episode, we're getting back to real estate. We're gonna go ahead and keep it real. Estate.
So today we're talking about some of the costs associated with buying a home. So we hope this is helpful information for you if you or someone you know is thinking about investing in real estate or purchasing your first home, whatever. There are some other costs that maybe some people don't realize. So what we're gonna go through today is one part or one page that we go through in our buyer consultation. So super important first step that we need to get started on if you're thinking about purchasing a home, whether you've bought 50 homes before or this is your first one. We're really passionate about educating people so that there's no unhappy surprises, or at least very few unhappy surprises that we can kind of anticipate before you kind of get into the process. So taking that first step in a home buyer consultation with us is super, super important. So let's break these different costs associated with buying a home into kind of like all the different steps. So here we go.
All right, so the first thing is your buyer's agent, right? So when you're buying a home, you want to work with your own agent that's going to represent you in the transaction. So in the state of Wisconsin, a lot of people don't know this, but a realtor automatically represents a seller unless they have a signed buyer agency agreement. Now in that buyer agency agreement, it dictates how the buyer's agent's going to get paid. And 99% of the time, probably the seller is going to agree to already pay the commission to the buyer's agent. So for you as a buyer, you pay nothing to your realtor. As a seller, sorry, you're paying double, but you probably paid nothing when you bought the house. All right, Al, so we got an accepted offer, right?
Yes.
You paid your buyer agent nothing. Now what?
When you submit an offer and it gets accepted, you're probably gonna have to submit earnest money with that offer.
Yes.
After it's accepted. So what that is kind of like a good faith deposit, saying that you're not gonna, if you change your mind, down the road, like, oh, just kidding, I don't like this anymore, you may not get that earnest money back.
Let me ask you, Al, so what happens, where does the earnest money go once the deal closes?
Once it closes, it gets credited to like what you bring to the closing table or your down payment. So it's not like it just floats out into space, or you don't make a check out to us and we go shopping to buy new iPads or anything.
Yeah, that's not where we get our iPad money.
No. Anyways, so earnest money usually equates to about 1% of the offer price.
Alrighty, Rudy. So the next cost to expect is the cost of an inspection. Now, typically as a buyer, you're gonna wanna have an inspection on the home. Now the inspections generally range between $350 to $500, right, for a standard inspection. There may be some additional testing and inspections that you want. For example, radon testing. Some people are concerned about that. That runs you maybe another $100, $150, $200, just depending. And now if the house is on a well or septic, you want to get that checked out as well, and that could add an additional $500 or so to your offer.
Yeah. And there could be other inspections too that come up, like a chimney inspection or a pool inspection. So there's going to be extra costs as well. So this is definitely not an area to, at least in our opinion, to like skimp on the price. Is that a word, skimp?
Yeah, skimp.
Yes. Anyways, or try to find like the cheapest inspector out there. It's a super important part of the process. So you want someone who's going to be thorough and awesome. And if that means they're a little bit more expensive, I would say it's worth it in the long run. Next is your loan application or your appraisal. So every lender kind of structures this a little bit differently. So this is definitely, the next couple are things you really want to discuss with your lender to get the most accurate numbers.
Yes.
But this is what we discuss. Usually we estimate about $350 to $500 to pay for your loan application and that appraisal.
So some additional fees that you should be thinking about here are closing costs. And if I may just crunch some numbers here on the iPad, I would say roughly what we're seeing is maybe $2,000 to $3,000 to expect for closing costs. Now this can vary depending on your loan type and your situation. There are sometimes lenders have different incentives for no closing costs. Sometimes you can stack it up to have more closing costs and a less rate. It depends. But $2,000 to $3,000 is really what we're seeing on average. Now, this goes not only to your loan, but also for the title company fees, also prepaid homeowners insurance and taxes. So your lender will be able to give you a breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I show what you wrote?
Sure.
This is what Zach wrote down in his note taking. I don't know if you can see that. $2,000 with a circle around it.
It's not even, I didn't even put a dollar sign. It's just 2,000. I thought it made me look fancy.
It does. With the pen, you look really smart. We're really high tech in our business.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Another thing that you should be thinking about is obviously your down payment. So that's probably what most buyers associate with purchasing a home. So tons of different options out there for you. A lot of people think, you know, I need the 20%. You actually don't. I mean, there's certain advantages and disadvantages to having that. Mm-hmm. But there are programs out there that you can have as little as 0% down, or you can put down as much as you want. So again, another thing to discuss with your lender for what the best option is for you.
All right, and our next thing is a bonus tip. So you've closed on your house, you made it past these fees, yay, congratulations. Now the next one is gonna be maintenance costs. So if you already own a home, you've probably been through this. If you're new to home buying, this is gonna be new for you. So we like to get as much information we can up front regarding age of mechanicals, age of roofs, stuff like that, because as an owner, you're gonna have to replace those or maintain them from time to time. Also miscellaneous costs come up, I don't know, plumbing stuff, maybe electrical. Things happen, things break, you're buying a house, so you wanna be prepared. Either have that money set aside, saved, or have access to money if you need it. All right, guys, well, hopefully this helps you with brief estimates on what you can expect to pay. For more information, please reach out to us, and we're happy to help you through it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Reality from A to Z.
From the Fiegels at Realty Executives, Cooper Spranzi,
Make it a great day.